If we take a look at number 2, we're going to find the perimeter of the triangle's graph below. So when we find the perimeter, again, we have to add up all the sides. Well, if we take a look at A, these are nice and flat. 2 of them are. So we can just count to find that length. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this side's 4. This bottom side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That third side is slanted. So again, when we have to find the length of a slanted side in the coordinate plane, we are going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A right triangle is already made for us. So we don't really have to make another right triangle with that side. If you did happen to go like this and make a right triangle, totally fine. You're just making a little bit more work for yourself. The right triangle is already made, so just use what's there. But if you happen to make a right triangle, you're still going to get the right answer. So the side we're trying to find is always our C. So I'll make this C. I'll make this bottom side A and this side B. So we plug it in, we get 5 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. 5 squared plus 4 squared, I believe, is 41, but let's double check. 5 squared plus 4 squared. Yep, 41. Again, to get rid of that square, we are going to square root both sides. So we're going to take the square root of 41 in our calculator. Oh, don't do that yet. What am I doing? I'm doing what I'm telling you not to do. Leave it as square root of 41. We want to round at the very end. So in the habit of rounding right now. Get out of that habit. Don't round to the very end. Now that we know all 3 sides, we can add them together. We can do, oh, that's weird. That's not what I wanted. We can do radical 41 plus the other side, which is 4, plus the other side, which is 5. Again, I'm going to click out and go to Desmos. So radical 41, again, make sure you arrow out, plus 4, plus 5. So the perimeter of that triangle rounded to the nearest tenth is 15.4. So we would say it's 15.4 units. Put like a dotted line to kind of separate the two. If we take a look at B, again, we want to find the length of all 3 sides in order to find the perimeter, and they are all slanted. So we are going to have to do the Pythagorean theorem 3 times. So we'll start with this side here. We'll make it orange. We will make a right triangle. Make this C. I'll make this side A and this side B. So when I count my A, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this side is 8, this side's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we do the Pythagorean theorem, we're going to do 8 squared plus 7 squared, which equals C squared. Good. Click out to Desmos. 8 squared plus 7 squared is 113. So we get 113 equals C squared. So C is equal to the square root of 113. Again, we're going to hold off on rounding till the very, very end. So let's find the length of this side. Make my right triangle. We'll make, again, the side we're trying to find is our C. I'll make this top one my A and this side one my B. When I count the top, it's 2. When I count the side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So plug it in the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And 2 squared plus 10 squared is 104. Square root both sides. And we're just going to leave it as radical 104. Make your right triangle. Make this C, I'll make this A and that B. So my A is 1, 2. And my B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 2 squared plus 9 squared equals C squared. 2 squared plus 9, I believe, is 85. Square root both sides, so C is radical 85. So we know all 3 of the side lengths, so we can add all 3 sides together. So somewhere we're going to do, we'll go over here, radical 113 plus radical 85 plus radical 104. Once you find all 3 sides, make sure you remember to add them together. So again, we're going to plug this into Desmos. I'm going to do radical 113, arrow out, plus radical 104, arrow out, plus radical 85. And you don't have to arrow out on the last one. So round to nearest tenth, the perimeter of this triangle is roughly 30.0. I know it's weird to say 0. If you just wrote it as 30, that's fine too. But technically it's 30.0 when rounded to the nearest 10th units. So there we go. There's 2A and B.